All right, so it's a couple hours later. I have fished the chicken out. It's all just falling apart. I cooked it really, really slow. Although, like I said, you can cook it high at 45 minutes on high. So I'm going to take these little individual that I've cut in odd scraps by taking the dough ball and putting flour underneath of it, and then a little flour on top and a little flour on the roller, and rolling them out. And now I'm going to add them back into the boiling water and let them cook for a few minutes till they plump. And while that's happening, I'm going to take the chicken and shred it and put it back in there. That was glorious, by the way. And you can see, as I'm adding them, that those little noodles are all staying individual. They're not sticking together, which is what you want. You want to be little individual noodles, almost like lasagna. A little thicker in texture. You want it to float around. You want that little bit of pastiness left in them to come off into the broth and make that a nice thick broth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this on high for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to lower it all down and let it simmer together. But I just want the noodles to get cooked enough that they'll stay fluffy and separate. And you're not adding any leavening into this. There's no baking powder or baking soda in it. Some people recipe call for that, or they think they can use biscuit dough. I'm like, that's just sad. See how they're puffy and they're floating around? That's what you want. You see how that's already starting to make the broth mixture look kind of more soupy and less translucent. Yeah. It's going to make an awesome dumpling. It's looking good. All right. So I have taken my chicken, which really, really, really was tender because I cooked it slow for a long period of time. I separated all the bones out of it. Here's your pile of chicken that's going back into this pot of dumplings. And check out these beautiful dumplings. They're not quite cooked through. I'm going to slow cook them longer with the chicken in there and let it simmer. But basically, that's your chicken and dumpling recipe right there. I'm going to test it for saltiness and see if I need to add more salt to it. And then at the end, I'm going to put parsley in there, all chopped up. But that's a basic chicken and dumpling recipe for you. Very simple, very easy. It's glossy, it's beautiful. I did end up adding about 3,000 more milligrams of salt because it's a big batch. When I tasted it, I added one at a time just to see what the optimum level would be. But you have to realize, once again, like I said, even though it sounds like a lot of salt, it's actually like the equivalent of maybe like 4 bouillon cubes, but you're sharing it among other people. So you're not going to eat all that at one time. It's still going to be fairly low sodium when you eat the portion that you're going to eat, or whatever portion that you're going to eat. You don't want it to taste like salt water, but you do want it to have flavor, but it has really, really good flavor. There you go. Chicken dumplings. Put that in your pie hole.